Greetings, well-beings. It's your Dr. Bestie, Dr. Sherazad, and I'm back to talk to you about season 2, The Pitt. Let's be honest, we miss The Pitt. I love it. You love it. We've all learned from it so much, and it's kind of like living through the hospital again. So let's check into what to expect from season 2. So HBO Max is coming out with The Pitt season 2.
The prodigal son returns.
Yes, the prodigal son returns because Noah Wiley is the protagonist. We're going to see some fresh faces.
As you can see, we have some new faces with us this morning.
Just like season 1, episode 1 marked the first day for several residents and med students because all over America, residency starts on July 1st. We're going to see some fresh faces in season 2. They're going to introduce Dr. Sapide Moafi, who I believe is a Persian woman. Her name is definitely Persian, but I love the representation of all the ethnically different types of people. She has ties to Dr. King and Dr. Mohan. And also practicing at the Pitt are Lucas Iverson, a fourth-year med student, Letitia Hollard as Emma, who's fresh out of nursing school. I can't wait to meet her. Irene Choi and Joy, who are third-year students who have boundaries and an enormous amount of medical knowledge.
And so it begins.
And as for patients, we have Charles Baker of Breaking Bad. He plays Troy, who currently doesn't have a house. Lawrence Robinson appears as Brian, who's recuperating from a soccer injury. And Zach Morris is Jackson, who is rushed over after an incident at a college library.
You guys do this every day? If we're lucky.
We're going to learn a lot more about Dr. King's home life with her twin sister and best friend who's clearly autistic.
We're supposed to go to a restaurant on Fridays.
They have such a sweet relationship. I love how these two are, and I love how they have each other's back.
Not for us King sisters.
It's been hinted that Mel King herself is on the spectrum, but it hasn't been confirmed. Maybe we'll learn more about her in season 2. She's one of my favorite characters. We will learn that these two girls' mom passed away of a tumor. Their father's whereabouts are unknown. And since Taylor Deeran's real life father is Bryan Cranston, that's leeway for an awesome guest spot. He speaks so highly of her work.
When I hear praise for Taylor's work on The Pitt, it means more to me than anything anyone could ever say to me about my work. It is, you're a proud dad. And
season 2 will also probably dive into something that I have struggles with, which is the boundary between personal life and professional life. Because while Dr. King is a strong empath, she considers other people's feelings so much she kind of sponges them up.
You know, caretaker's fatigue is a real thing. You have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're going to end up in here too.
We're going to learn a lot more about Dr. Abbott's military past. Abbott is one character we want to see more of. He won an Emmy, and we're so proud of him. He did such an incredible job acting.
5 minutes, brother. I'm so glad to see you.
Heard it on the police scanner. How many we expecting?
I don't know, but it doesn't sound good.
He also reveals a prosthetic leg that he has when they're all kicking back a few drinks. Season 2 also jumps ahead to July 4th, where there's more talk about what it means to be an American and what it was back in the day to serve in combat zones.
This is no frills combat zone medicine. No ultrasound, no x-rays, no CT, no labs. Assessed based on mental status and pulse strength.
We're also going to see Santos and Whitaker be roommates. That was such a cute part of the show. That's going to be a beautiful friendship. They couldn't be more different. Whitaker's insecure, prone to accidents, and she's secure and strong and a little bit edgy.
He took his
The
wife out
scene
for
was
dinner last
devastating
night.
when he lost the guy who had a myocardial infarction.
For her birthday.
He just took his wife out to dinner. It was really hard to watch Whitaker go through that. Between these two being polar opposites, they do have a playful friendship. She actually calls the other Dr. Crash. But this is where she runs into him dancing in the hospital. And they're like,
What the hell are you doing up here?
I love that she followed him and she just followed her intuition. And they just look like odd friends that could make a really good friendship because opposites attract, and we find in other people what we don't have in ourselves, and it helps us develop that muscle a little bit more.
How are you at cleaning and fixing things?
He grew up on a farm.
Grew up on a farm. I'm guessing pretty handy. Cleaning. I know how to muck out a stall.
Just keep to yourself.
Creator Scott
Don't
Gemmell
annoy
says
me.
they're going to have fun with their two
move
friendship in season 2. So in season 2, we're going to see what happens with Dr. McKay's ankle monitor bracelet. It was alerted because she stepped out of the boundary zones that she was allowed to.
We were alerted about your ankle monitor being tampered with. County probation called to check in earlier, but you never responded.
Yeah. It was beeping and giving an error message, and we were in the middle of a mass casualty.
I love that. She's like, we were in the middle of a mass casualty. Season 2 is actually jumping ahead almost a year. So it's not going to be like the next day or the night shift. It's an actual whole year later. With her ex recovering from a skateboard injury, it's likely that her son, Harrison, will live with McKay for a while. So we'll see how a single mom raises a son as a doctor. We're going to see some relationship drama between him and her and the new wife, maybe the new girlfriend, I don't know what she is, who retains primary custody. There's going to be a lot of drama between them.
Well, we can Uber to my place.
I'd rather go home with Mom if that's okay.
Yeah, he'd rather go home with Mom.
Mom's got her hands full, dude, and I think she's gonna be here pretty late.
I can wait.
So that's a little tough because, the mom is busy working at the hospital like an ER doctor, but at the same time, he still wants to go home with Mom. So Dr. Collins will come back as a guest spot. She goes in and out of this season.
Turn off your phone. Turn off the TV.
The last time we saw her was when she was told by Dr. Robbie to go home and get some rest.
Pour a glass of wine, have a bath, go to bed.
Keep in mind, Dr. Collins wasn't there to help during the shooting and the aftermath. She was at home resting. They sent her home, but it looks like she's not going to be that prominent of a character in season 2. And that decision seems to be from the creative team rather than from the actress herself. Did a lot of research, read up on the show a lot.
Want to work with anybody today? You must be in a mood.
She's had a rough day.
That's so true. And it totally compares to how hospital staff keeps changing very regularly, actually. For example, a lot of traveling doctors go to different rural areas all over America to be doctors and to work in places where people don't want to live, essentially. I'm actually a locums physician myself. I do locums work in case an office has a physician that's out on pregnancy leave or someone going on vacation. I clear my schedule to do locum physicians work too. Basically, no hospital staff is permanent kind of ever. That's fascinating. I just realized that Dr. Collins could even become a patient if she becomes pregnant.
Anybody yet?
Oh, no. Not until I pass 12 weeks. Not this time.
Nothing but good vibes.
This is the clip where Langdon deals with his substance abuse. We're so excited to see what happens in season 2 because this kind of touchy subject for a physician to be abusing narcotics. I don't know. I kind of got the vibe that Dr. Robbie has some history with this in terms of you could get help, and he actually knew the exact duration of the treatment program. And I just thought that was kind of interesting that he could know all that level of detail. So I just wonder what's going to happen with Langdon's substance abuse. This is the amazing scene. It's like a battle, like a boxing battle. I love the side angle of the two.
It's not like you think. I'm not high. You've seen what I do, Robbie. Could a drug addict do what I do? Apparently.
Just such an incredible scene. Robbie originally kicks him out, and he does kick him out. But then when Langdon hears about the mass shooting, he comes right back to help. And of course, an extra set of hands.
Go. I've got this.
Is supportive.
Trust me.
Season 2 is probably going to show Langdon returning from a rehab stint, probably, especially because it's a whole year later. There's definitely going to be tension in this season. You can already tell because they have unresolved issues. Will these two ever be able to trust each other again? He has his license. He has his medical degree, but he's still under a paid training program.
This job will you up if you let it. You let it.
Yeah. I wasn't the one talking to cartoon animals and Pete.
We're going to see in season 2, Dana's going through changes. She's just felt like she's seen it all. Somebody punched her in the face, which is insane.
Maybe not to me, but to somebody. The world's changed. People are angry. Our tempers are shorter, and we're still just trying to help.
That is so painfully true. The world's changed. People's tempers are shorter, and people are just kind of angry. I think technology has a little bit to do with this because instead of creating space and time to free up being at home and being around people, well, some people still do that. Probably the tech startup founders and the people who don't really allow their kids to have that amount of tech. But because we're getting DoorDash quickly and getting Uber Eats quickly, there's the possibility that we're just all becoming a little more impatient and angry. Not me though, and definitely not you. No. She packs up all her things and then it makes it look like she's never returning. But I'll be honest, people that pack up their things, I guess she's been there for, 30 years now, so maybe. Dana looks like the person who is a den mother that has trouble staying away,
Come here. You wouldn't let anyone else blame themselves for this. Time you gave yourself some grace.
Oh, I love that she's den mother. She's give yourself some grace because it's so true. This scene was insane. Sometimes medical professionals have trouble accepting that they need help from others. This is a tough front where they do everything for everyone else, but have a difficult time reaching out for support and receiving it. So here is a really sweet moment where they take a moment of silence to respect the humanity and remember that this was somebody's child. We're hearing that season 2 is going to address his unresolved trauma, and how, we don't know, but I heard there's going to be a therapist or maybe many therapists, mental health experts. Introducing a psychologist character would not only give Dr. Robbie someone to talk to about his trauma, but it will also provide an outlet for the Pitt to explore mental health, because like we just said earlier, like people are angrier, people are more impatient, people are more anxious. Everyone wants a diagnosis because they just don't feel like everything's right in their body. Their insides don't match their outsides. Before we continue, be sure to hit like and subscribe and ring the bell to get notified by our latest videos. Lastly, we're going to go into this clip regarding July 4th cases. Statistically, July 4th weekend's actually one of the most busiest weekends in the ER. Tons of barbecues, people are eating salty food, drinking a lot of alcohol. There's also a lot of injuries from fireworks. People are eating uncooked meat. There's also car accidents, dangerous stunts by the fireworks. And so we could see season 2 kicking off with a bang and a firework. We'll also probably hear about how the Trump administration is affecting healthcare. That would be fascinating if season 2 went into that. We'll also see how health funding has resulted in several cuts across the nation and how misinformation is being spread across social media. If there's a show this country needs right now, it is The Pitt. Ask for help if you need it. What's your favorite moment from The Pitt season 1? And what do you want to see in season 2? Let us know in the comments below. Check out my top 5 favorite moments from The Pitt here. Own your health, own your future.